intro and then bring us back.
Oh shit!
And just like that, we live.
and we already live.
We already
Welcome to the No Cap Sports Show podcast, where sports and combos collide. I am your host, Fredo.
Your co-host, Mo Money.
I'm your other co-host, Mills Lane.
And I'm your guest host, Kobe Turner.
And guess what? We got special guests with us. That's right, D Wade. What's Legacy Sports? How you doing, D Wade?
What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me on here. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey man, we're doing great, man. How about yourself, champion?
I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, I have some breaking news, some great news that I want to share. I definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, bring it on the No Cap Sports podcast and let y'all know what's going on with me and Legacy Sports. And you know, I can't wait.
Say it with your go ahead, say it with your chest, fam. Look at ain't no need waiting. Go ahead and do what you need to do, man. We listening.
Okay, so here it is, right? So for those that don't know, I run an adult kickball sports league. It's based out of we based it out of Maryland and DC, but lately our local leagues have been down at RFK at the new the fields of RFK down at on the turf fields. We have spring co-ed leagues, we have all women's leagues, we have men's leagues, and just right now, just about to wrap up, we have a co-ed 40 and over league, and we also do tournaments every year. Actually, it's our second year. We did it down in Charleston. But the breaking news that I have today that we work tightly with a kickball organization out of Charlotte, North Carolina called Turf Wars Mars. And finally, because when I talk about kickball, everybody assumes it's something fun. They kind of relate it back to when they was in elementary school, and all you do is kick the ball and people catch it. You run, you hit people with the ball. But now, after years and years of ridicule of people asking me, you know, why you play that, I don't understand why you play it. We have finally got to the point where with Turf Wars, this Friday, 8 a.m. on ESPN2, we will be going live doing an exhibition kickball game. So kickball has finally hit the national syndicated network, and I have been luckily been chosen to be the special guest analyst doing the play-by-play for the whole hour of the game. So I'm super excited. You know, finally. And again, and it's the guy that I do my podcast with, Winter Circle Podcast. I do with Ariana Herbert. Him and his wife, they're in charge of that organization down in Charlotte, and they run a pristine organization, tight-knit, marketing out of the yin yang. And then we're leaving and playing that game in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And then we're getting on the road and we're having a tournament down in Savannah, Georgia, right after that. So I'm excited.
That's big time. You know, when you say kickball, I think of when I played in elementary and middle school, and the reverb off that ball when you kick it, that like red ball. Is that the same type of ball y'all play with?
Absolutely.
It sure is.
I love it.
So is it anything like any links that the viewers and listeners, you know what I'm saying, can access or what have you to get in touch or to check it out? I mean, can you provide that information?
I mean, there's going to be a link. However, if you have ESPN and you have ESPN2, you just click on the channel. Like if you go in there right now and go to August 5th and look at the times and see what's going on at AM, you're going to see Turf Wars Kickball Invitational. We already set. It's already set. It's a done deal. There's no streaming, none of that. If you got TV, you got cable, you got ESPN, we live. We going live.
There it is. There it is to all our viewers and listeners out there. You heard it first. Check out ESPN2 on Friday at 8 a.m. 8
a.m. The Ocho. 8 a.m.
I love it.
Eastern Standard Time.
When you come back, when you come back, I want to know how you get involved. I want to know you said it's co-ed. I thought it was just female, so it's
no. You have this particular game that's going to be on exhibition is going to be co-ed. It's going to be guys and girls. But like I say, it's different leagues. There's an all men's league. There's an all women's league, and as of lately, there's a 40 and over league, and the 40 and over league actually travels to different tournaments up and down the East Coast. So. I mean, if you want to get involved, there's plenty of opportunities to get involved. If you just want to go out there and have fun, because we also have social leagues too. That the people who just want to come out and play on a social level, have fun, network, drink a little here and there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Have a good time. But I will say this is probably the best way outside of smoking cigars and my cigar lounges to network with different people and meeting people from all types of backgrounds, and we had a conversation backstage, like what type of people are involved in this. Like I said, this is not just a regular run-of-the-mill people who just want to go out there and have fun and play. These are actually top athletes that played, D1 basketball, or D1 baseball, or track and field. Mm-hmm. I mean, semi-pro players that's playing this sport. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
All right, there it is, guys. There it is. Turf Wars on ESPN2 at 8 o'clock 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN2. Don't forget to check that out.
Let me apologize, y'all. I have a case of the giggles, and at any moment, I could go. So I'm wiping my eyes. I'm getting all right. Professional. We are on. We are live.
Okay.
I just want to apologize.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. This is No Cap Sports Show podcast. What you feeling is what you feeling. Laugh it out if you have to. It's all good, man. But hey, D Wade, like I said, bro, we're proud of you here, man. And like I said, man, keep doing your thing, bro. We support any and everything that you're doing over there, bro. And like I said, this is family here, bro. Anytime you guys need to pull up on this podcast to promote anything, vibe with us, debate with us, whatever, man. All you gotta do is just say the word, bro. It's automatic, fam.
I appreciate it. And I'm definitely a fan, and I like what y'all doing. So definitely, I will.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm a whole. You got shut us off on ESPN too, okay? You know what I'm saying? The No Cap Sports Show podcast with sports and combos collide. All right.
I got. Hey, bro, you wouldn't believe the list that I got. I got to go down to people. I got to try to slide in. I got to do what I got to do, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
If you forget, somebody gonna be big mad.
Oh, big mad.
They gonna do this. That's when you're serious.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. That's all good, man. Look here, I got a couple of NIL deals for you if you need it. All right.
Oh, bet. That's better.
All right, bro. But look here, bro. All right, look here, bro. We gonna anything you need to say, man. Other than that, I know you got it. I know you got to go. You not you got things you need to take care of and stuff like that. Anything else you need to say?
Oh, no, that's about it, man. Tune in. Like I say, Friday morning, August 5th, ESPN2. If you ever wanted to know about kickball, if you ever wanted to see what it was about, this is what you're gonna see at the highest level.
There it is.
That's the best kickball players in the world. You're gonna see them on display.
Hey, look, before you go, do they have to wear like a mouth guard? Do they wear a helmet or anything?
No, it's good.
Look at the ball hit him in the head. That's
it's a rubber ball.
Yeah.
It's a rubber ball. You heard me say the reverb off that ball when you kick it. You ever seen somebody get kicked in the head with the ball?
No, not kicked in the head. I've seen it because you are allowed to throw it at the runner.
What's up, Greg Drummond?
But
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah. But it's very rare that maybe about friendly fire they might get hit in the head, but it's
so not in this league, but rec league they probably might get hit in the head with the ball. But
I mean they might get hit. They might get hit in this one too. But it's just because of the strategy of the game. It's just not. It's highly not recommended. I say
right.
Hey Mills, this ain't the new NBA. They tough out there.
Look, I'll never be playing, so I just need to be quiet.
That was a good one, man.
I'll be the one to get hit in the head.
Hey, we lead the charge, man. We leading the charge on toughness. Kickball starting. I'm telling you.
Hey, tell them one more time, D-Wade. That's right. Kickball is toughness all day long, bro. For real.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, like I said, bro, we appreciate you, man. We're going to let you get up out of here, man. And like I said, we're proud of you, bro. And we will definitely be tuned in Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN2. All right?
Yes.
Like my man Kobe say, I'm out of here.
It is. All right, my bro.
All
right, my bro. This was up. All right. Yeah. Hey, look, and Kobe, hold on, bro. You're not a guest anymore, man. At this point, man. Yeah, you just host, man. You family, bro. So you just host. We took the guest off a long time ago, champ. The way you held it down 2 weeks when we was on vacation, man. So hey, shout out to you, man. We appreciate you coming on tonight, vibing with us, man. Hey, look here, man. Hey, all day, every day, man. Look here, let's get into it right quick, guys. I want your thoughts on the passing of legendary basketball player Bill Russell, man. We know he passed away a couple of days ago. We know how inspirational, impactful he was. We can talk about a lot in terms of, like I said, in terms of the racial discrepancies back in the day and stuff like that. And him being the champion from San Francisco University all the way into, Boston got 11 rings. So, I just go ahead. I want you guys just give me your thoughts about that. Starting off with you, Mills.
I just think it is ironic that he is such a legend and became such a legend. And what I grew up knowing or hearing as Boston being one of the most racist cities to live in. And, the love that fan base, had for him, I think a lot of it was just off of his skill and they go home and they still get back in their corners in their pockets and not appreciate the human being and the other humans who were Black, at the time. So, it was really sad. I mean, you don't not list Bill Russell as a legend. You don't, everybody can talk about him and they know the name.
Stop that foolishness.
He lived a great life. He did some great things. He did some great things for race relations. But I just think it's just so ironic that I'm not going to say he changed the city of Boston because, like I said, I always grew up, everybody's like, Boston is a racist city. But, hey, that could be any town USA at this point. So, sad, but he lived a great life.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just bringing home that we have to appreciate those in that Bill Russell era because, unfortunately, Father Time is undefeated. And a lot of them will be leaving here pretty soon. It's life, right? And then also what comes to mind is we have to stop comparing errors. I'm going to keep saying that as long as I'm on the show. That's because right. I mean, he was born in 1934, 1933. I was born in the 80s. There's no way that I saw this man play So how can I not put him amongst, the greatest of all time? I have to go off of what I saw,
Right.
But if you talk to some of the older generation, they swear by him and Wilt Chamberlain. So again, that just goes to a testament where the younger generation of us, we have to stop comparing these eras and recognize those that came before us. And I think we have to do a little bit more for the ones that played in the 60s, because we talk about Dr. King, but we don't talk about Jim Brown. We don't talk about Muhammad Ali or Bill Russell as much as we need to. They were on the forefront of changing things, not just athletically, but socially. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where my mind went with it. So rest in peace, Bill Russell, there for his family or whatever, grandkids, great grandkids at this point, or great grandkids. So, hopefully, God is with them, and, sorry to hear about his passing.
Yeah, for me, I mean, we know he's one of the greatest players all time. He was on the top 50 greatest NBA list, won 11 NBA championship in 13 years. He also won 2 NCAA championships playing for San Francisco University. But what people need to understand is we lost one of the most important public figures in the history of professional sports. The NBA has truly lost its patriarch. He was a civil rights leader. He was the first African-American head coach in major professional sports. And he paved the way for every Black athlete, not just basketball player, but every Black athlete that came after him. And he continued to serve as a role model and a positive mentor to people until the day that he died. So what I want to do is just challenge this new generation, this new era, to do that research on Bill Russell, to see what this man's legacy really is. Forget about the hoop stuff. Look at what this man did for us, for our culture, and then you will have a better understanding of who this man was and why he's missed so much. And just rest in peace to him.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get to the hoops, man, because the fact of the matter is, like I said, a 11-time champion with the Boston Celtics. Look here, man. If he's not in your Mount Rushmore, I don't give a damn what era you looking at or what have you. Then you really need to take a hardcore look at yourself, for real, from a basketball standpoint. That's all I got to say in terms of from a basketball standpoint, man. Rest in peace, Bill Russell. You're going to be sorely missed, man. Sorely missed. Right. Look here, guys. I want your thoughts about the DeShaun Watson suspension, man. I know we all know that he's been suspended for 6 games. Fair foul.
I'll start it off. So
go ahead.
So we got the 6-game suspension. Yes. And I think at this point, as we speak now, I would say it's fair, but we'll have to wait until tomorrow to see what the NFL do in regards to filing an appeal. But I think so far that is fair, and I like the decision to go with a disciplinary officer, essentially an arbitrator to look at the case, look at the facts and findings, review it, and then make her decision, because what that does is block all the noise from the court of public opinion. That blocks all the noise from the NFL, because that they've proven to us they have a track record of not being able to make these decisions in a fair way. So if Sue Robinson says 6-game suspension, I think we all should just accept that and go with it, because
I agree, bro.
She's neutral. She's the only neutral voice in this matter. And let's just go with that and move on, because if the NFL decides to appeal, what does that do? That put the decision making right back in Goodell's lap, right?
Yeah.
And as you said, he hasn't shown that he can make those type of decisions. And I'm passionate on this because this is like some of my primary roles for my 9-to-5 job, right?
Right.
So I do the investigations and I determine disciplinary action for our employees. And I know you have to have a healthy balance of fairness and firmness, but you also have to have consistency. You know what I'm saying? So they did a great job by going with Sue Robinson to make this decision. But if they appeal it and it goes back to Cadell, what the hell you get Sue Robinson for? That was just for show. That was I mean,
so look at and before you guys get in. So Greg Drummond, one of our listeners, said couldn't have been less than Zeke's suspension. What do you guys think?
I mean, he owned that. I mean, like, and I'm torn whether fair or foul, because we have a legal court system in America, whether it's fair or unfair. We put these public officials there, these judges. Lawyers are lawyers, right? So from a legal perspective, it's actually foul. My man was not charged. I mean, it went up to 2 different courts. They didn't find him guilty of anything. He settled a civil suit, right? So on any other job or employment, they'll slap you on the wrist. They might suspend you for a day or 2, or they may do nothing because it's a civil matter. Right? Now, the only thing he could be guilty of is dragging the NFL's name down. Now, I'm also torn because when you have that many incidents come up, some ain't right there, right? So I think some punishment had to be adjudicated. So I think I'm gonna lean to what Kobe said, man. 6 games is fair, and it's fair from the standpoint of he dragged the NFL's name down and he tarnished the company. Not the NFL brand or the shield. I don't care nothing about all that. I'm talking about just from a business perspective. He represented an organization and he put them in a negative light. But as far as that Zeke suspension, I'm just calling it what it is. That was some bullshit. Like they came out later that old girl said she lied and went to an independent arbitrator, and it was founded that nothing was there, and he still got 6 games.
Yeah.
So
exactly. That goes back to the NFL hasn't proven that they can make these type of decisions.
They can't.
Well, let me bring some William Shakespeare in here. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Like, what is it really with the NFL? Let me name drop Ben Roethlisberger. Let me name drop Robert Kraft. Let me name drop Ray Lewis. My Cowboys, Jerry Jones and Greg Hardy. That incident. I mean, and they're all different accusations and all of that and allegations laid. But, you know, I don't trust the NFL to do this fairly. 6 games, you know, he hasn't been convicted, so we have to be fair in that. Understand that, he paid about 20 of them off, and, you know, perception is reality. But I don't have any trust that the NFL is doing any of this fairly. If you look at the amount of cases, I think the light is just shining brighter. You know, whether we want to bring race into this, you know, it's a black man and DeShaun Watson. Ben Roethlisberger, you know, had got to have his whole career, right? Yeah. His whole career. Then you got Richie Rich, Robert Kraft, you know, doing some foul stuff, and, you know, got to slide off of that too, you know, just a little bit of embarrassment. So I don't have any confidence in the NFL. Hopefully, you know, this is as fair as they could make it. I think it's too devastating of an allegation to not do something. But at the end of the day, after 6 games, he'll be back and the fans will be rooting for him, and this will go away.
Well, I mean, one thing about that, Mills, and this is a life lesson for people out there. I'm not saying here's a book of how to be a criminal, but if you did something and you're guilty and you know you're guilty and you're a millionaire, do not take it through the court system. It's going to take a long time. And when you do that, you're dragging your organization down. So you should do like Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft and settle, because they moved on. If you know you did wrong, just settle out of court, move on with it. And it is what it is. Don't let it happen again, because we humans, we make mistakes, right? And that's where DeShaun Watson is the most complicit. He let this thing linger and fester out there for so long. And I don't know if he was guilty or not. That's between him, God, and those women, right?
Right.
But however, when you come back and it's gone through the court systems and you keep settling, it's something there, right?
Right.
So
right.
why not do that on the front end? And I don't think he would. Just my opinion. I don't think he would have got 6 had he settled last year before this became a story. We wouldn't know about it.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
And I want to look at this from a different direction. So the NFL, they always say they want to preserve the integrity of the game, right?
Of the shield. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about the role that the NFL and the Houston Texans had in this? Because I know how big corporations and organizations work, right? So they have people watching their employees' every move. From the day from before they got drafted to the day they stepped on the NFL field, all the way through their career. So there's no way in the world you can tell me that the Houston Texans didn't know about DeShaun Watson's off the field behavior.
Oh yeah,
his pattern and what he does. And if they know it,
they put it out there.
If they know it, the NFL knows it. And then it's just out of the blue sky, he asked for a trade from the Houston Texans. About 2 weeks later, there's 24 women making these allegations against him.
And every team has fixers.
Oh
they got
fixers. But again, that's on young DeShaun Watson, man. If you know you got this kind of heat going and you got a thing going with the Texans, hey, sometimes you just need to bite it. You know what I mean? Just wait till your situation is cleared up and then ask for that trade. Because right now, the Houston Texans had that leverage over you. You understand what I'm saying? If you know you got them skeletons in your closet and you know the owner, your personal your manager, everybody knows.
They was going to use that against him either way, bro. That wasn't going nowhere for quite some time, man. And like Kobe said, it's like I said, look here, none of us condone any type of sexual violent behavior or anything, right? But at the end of the day, like I said, when it looks like a rat, it ain't a goddamn mongoose. You know what I'm saying? Right. Anybody and everybody know the fact of the matter is when he put that trade request out there, 2 weeks later, it went from 1, it went from 5, then 7, then 9, to 22, then 20. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. And you're right, and it's funny how. Just look what the Texans did the other day. They settled quickly. They settled quickly because they knew that they was complicit in the whole entire situation.
But that's business 101, you know. And I don't condone his actions at all. But here's the problem: I don't know what he did. You understand what I'm saying?
We all don't.
And no one knows, so I can only go off of what is there. And I mean, either way, he should have just made it go away.
Here's the thing that I don't understand, guys. Somebody help me make it make sense. Okay. The arbitrator got all of her information from who? The NFL, right? Mm-hmm. In terms of all the proof and everything, in terms of all the evidence, she got her evidence from the NFL. She made her, you know what I'm saying? She made recommendations. She made a recommendation of 6 games. Why the NFL really don't want to challenge this, right? The reason why the NFL has challenged this is because of public perception. Right. At the end of the day. That's why they're doing it. If you ask Roger Goodell in a private room right now, he'd be like, you know what? 6 games is just what it is. It makes everything. It makes it look so dumb at the end of the day, where you took the reins out of your hands and gave it to an arbitrator. Now the arbitrator decided, you know what I'm saying, what it is. And now that you don't like the decision, now you can overrule. Or, you know what I'm saying, the arbitrator at the end of the day. It just doesn't make sense. It's just like a bunch of, just grandstanding at the end of the day. And I ain't getting down with that.
No, it makes perfect sense to me, Fred. Like it's politics, right? That's why they hire people
political
like
grandstanding.
Because they hire Kobe because the owner don't want to do it. They rather Kobe be the face of this punishment. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it was. Like the NFL, I don't believe if they wanted to suspend him a year, they would have done it. They wanted all of the attention to be put on someone else so that when they made their decision, that's not enough. Now, if it had been a year, they're like, if it was us, maybe we would have gave him 6 or 12, but she said what she said. You understand what I'm saying? So, because like Kobe said, this is big business 101. Everyone knew what was going on. And then it go deeper than that. The city's not quiet. So all your boys know too. The teammates knew. Everybody knew. Yeah. You know what I mean? If it's 24 women out there, this ain't no one-time thing. Everybody know what's up, you know. So
right,
you know, it's a lot going on, you know. That's why I try to navigate around it and have to speak in facts. For one, you don't want to tarnish anybody's name without anything actually, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I mean, I have to go off of what's out there. I think it's fair.
Okay, that's what's up. Hey, look at to all our viewers and listeners out there, man. Go ahead and hit that like button, man. Hit that like button when you come in. Hit that like button. Also, to all our viewers and listeners out there, hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the No Cap Sports Show Podcast. Do not forget to subscribe to the No Cap Sports Show Podcast. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can receive all upcoming notifications for upcoming shows. Well, look here, guys. I want to ask you this in our next segment. I want you guys to give me just give me some NFL quarterbacks that are under the most pressure to succeed this year.
I'll start with my quarterback, Dak. Dak Prescott. Just because, I mean, we know that he puts up the numbers every year. We know he's a top tier quarterback, but we're not producing, you know, postseason. And it's crazy that the theme of my night is going to have this underlying racial tinge because all of the quarterbacks I'm about to say are black. Kyler Murray, you know, he's got a target on his back. He just kind of got exposed. I'm glad he got his contract changed, and we'll talk about his situation in a minute. But I think he's one for the Cardinals that are under the gun this year. And lastly, Lamar Jackson with Baltimore. You know, once he signs this contract, you know, that's big money. Again, you got to produce. And he said some off the wall things in the last 2 years and during the pandemic, and you know what he feels, and I don't agree with everything, but again, the target is on their back. Now, why was the target always on a black quarterback? You know, why is it always that's the underlying question I think I have, and maybe y'all can speak to that too. Why aren't there any, you know, white quarterbacks and maybe you guys will have some, but those are my three: Dak, Kyler, and Lamar.
Oh, okay, I definitely have some white ones on mine. It start with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got your bag and you forgot about your boy. You know, you didn't take care of Devontae Adams, and let's see you make the next Devontae Adams. All right. And then the next one for me would be Russell Wilson. For many years, we heard in Seattle he didn't have enough weapons. And now you got a fully loaded team, man. But Russ has been his play's been falling off slowly for the last couple of years. So the excuses are gone, man. You got weapons. So all right, you said 5, right? All right. So the next one for me, you said 3?
5, just whatever. No, just
okay. All right.
It's no
so
limit.
Baker Mayfield. All right. It's enough, bro. Hey, he on life support.
You can't have pressure when you suck.
Hey, my boy, his career on life support. He don't get it together this year. Hey, he gonna be a college football analyst, man. He could take Herbert Street job. You know what I'm saying? He could be the next Dan Orlovsky.
He can't do that.
You know what I'm saying? The next one, Mills is on it. I said this last year because I'm an opposite guy, right? I believe once you get the bag, you don't have as much pressure because you got paid for what you did, right? We as fans, we like, yeah, they got pressure. You really think that owner trying to take $160 million hit? Them quarterbacks don't have pressure until that guaranteed money is applicable to release it. Carson Wentz is an example of that. They sucked it up in Philadelphia for 2 years until and Jared Goff until that guaranteed money was, you know, a little bit palatable to release him. So that got a little time. But Lamar Jackson, he don't have the bag. And we can sit here and bullshit around with it and black this quarterback. No, my man is not that steady from the pocket. All right. So if he fuck around, he get hurt.
Don't do it, bro.
You get hurt. You know what I'm saying? It happened to Dak. Hey,
he got paid though.
But Dak was better in the pocket than my man. He's never been known like the Dallas Cowboys offense. Oh no, it's not even close, Fred. Like Dallas Cowboys offense is still a conventional offense. the Baltimore Ravens running a Nebraska style offense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey, it's
so
something.
Okay.
It's
So
the
who
truth.
whoa. Okay.
Hey,
So who? Okay.
So no, hold on. Let me.
Go ahead.
So Dak Prescott's number one wide receiver left, right? He was kind of sad. My man's number one wide receiver asked to leave. He was like, I'm out of here.
That had nothing to do with him, Mo. That had nothing to do with him.
You sit there and believe that if you want to.
No.
It's called a scheme.
That's not factual.
It's a scheme, bro. It's a scheme. It had
But
nothing
why?
to do with
Okay,
Lamar.
hold on. So let's keep it 100. Why do
Go
you
ahead,
think they
bro.
run that scheme? Because if Lamar Jackson was Kyler Murray, or even if he was Dak Prescott to a certain extent, they would run a different scheme. He's not that. You can ask any defense out there. It's a fact. My man is not that from the pocket. He's okay, but he's very inaccurate when you have to force him into passing situations.
You letting them folks cloud your mind, Mo. You letting them folks cloud your mind.
I'm letting the facts lay out there. So Kobe, let me put it on your mind, bro.
Go ahead.
Why do you think he don't perform well in the playoffs? Because it's hard to game plan
why
for
don't
Lamar
Dak
Jackson.
perform well in the playoffs?
Look, Dak I think he won a playoff game, but a lot of Dak's problems in the playoffs. A lot of Dak's problem in the playoffs is the same thing Lamar Jackson had. I don't know if he just pressing or what, but Lamar Jackson's issue is related to mechanics.
No.
Well, show me. You got to show me some stats.
Jump ahead, Kobe. Jump ahead.
Show me the stats.
All right. So we're gonna start with Lamar Jackson. I also have him on my list as quarterbacks with the most pressure, but I'm a little biased. He's my favorite player, right? In the entire league, and he made me a Baltimore Raven fan. I grew up as a diehard Washington fan, but
I don't blame you.
I converted.
I might convert.
Kobe, it wasn't Lamar Jackson. It was Dan Snyder. Come on now. I'm just joking.
It was a combination. It was a combination. But I say Lamar is under pressure because this is a contract year. We all know he's negotiating this contract, and if he doesn't sign before the season start,
right,
then so he can pretty much write his own story, right? If he stays injury free and he performs like he's been performing since he's been in the league, you're going to see the highest paid quarterback ever. Period.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the pressure is on him to make sure he stays on the field and to produce those W's and to put up MVP numbers like he has just about every year in his career. You know.
Okay.
So and I disagree with Mo about his mechanics. His mechanics actually good. He's a better passer than what people give him credit for. And you have to think about Lamar. He's asked to do everything for that offense. He has the most responsibilities on the offensive side of the ball than anybody in the entire NFL. And then we talking about his weapons. He has a super great tight end. Other than that, he has nothing. Hollywood Brown will be a third receiver, maybe a fourth receiver on any playoff football team. And that's a fact. And his hands not that great. But Lamar Jackson and Hollywood had a great relationship. Baltimore got rid of Hollywood without getting with Lamar, without getting with Hollywood. They rode to practice together every single day. They did everything together. That was his man. So don't think he asked to get out of Baltimore because he didn't. Yeah. That hurt both of them being separated. All right. Yeah. So the next person on my list is Kyler Murray. All right. He just got the bag. But, there was all the controversy behind, the language in his contract and stuff like that. And then we saw him tank at the end of the season since he's been in the league. Like he started off hot, then all of a sudden everybody get a read on him. And then he looks like an average quarterback at best, right?
Exactly.
So he has to prove to a lot of folks that he's that dude that deserved that bag that he just got. And he's not the dude that they said wasn't a student of the game, didn't have this cerebral approach to the game.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And then the last person on my list, superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes. All right.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
So we all know they want to tag him as the next GOAT. All right.
Right.
And he's great.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. He struggled a bit last year. He just had his best receiver leave him. Look what you just said about Lamar. His best receiver just left him. The game changer said, F.P. Mahomes, I'm going to go to Miami.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then get to Miami and say this young quarterback who hasn't proven nothing is a more accurate quarterback than the quarterback that you just won a Super Bowl with.
That was 100% cap.
I believe that too. I believe, but look, you know what they say. I said what I said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, so Kobe,
he said it. So now Patrick Mahomes had to prove that he wasn't successful or he wasn't that dude because he had this game-changing speedster at receiver that made him look good. Now he got to show that he's going to do the same thing, stay the course without Tyreek Hill.
Right.
All right.
So Kobe, we talking about MVP winning, Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl representative, 4-time AFC Championship representative Patrick Mahomes. We talking about him, Pritchard.
Yeah, I mean, he already got it.
Nah, bro.
He already got it. Yeah, he already got it.
So if Patrick Mahomes don't do anything else but stay the course stat-wise, he'll be a Hall of Fame. He'll never have to win another playoff game.
I get that. But say he doesn't have a good season this year. Say they don't make the playoffs. Or say they lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Right.
What people going to say? Tyreek Hill, God, you don't. Hey, it's not hitting the same.
It depends too, though.
It's not hitting the same.
It depends how they lose, though, because if the offense puts up some pretty decent numbers and that defense, which people sleeping on that defense, it lost a lot of contributors, didn't perform. They're not gonna blame Patrick Mahomes. They're gonna blame. They're gonna blame.
What if Montana didn't have Jerry Rice?
Hey, Mo,
you know what I'm saying?
Mo, you know,
like a lot of receivers make these quarterbacks look greater than what they are.
Hey, Mo, you know it's going to come back on the quarterback, bro. Quarterback gets all the praise. And they get all, you know what I'm saying? And they get all the criticism at the end of the day, no matter what.
If they play bad, bro. Like I've seen it where quarterbacks don't really get, like I've seen it for Tom Brady. Okay. They talked about his lack of weapons. You know, they make excuse after excuse for Aaron Rodgers. They made a lot of excuses for Ben Roethlisberger over the years. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, they don't have that. Like I said, they do have a vertical threat with my man from Georgia. What's my man name?
They got a couple vertical threats.
Nico. Yeah, it was a Nico.
Yeah.
They have that. I mean, but I think they're going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to have more of a balanced attack. You know what I'm saying? You're right. I think their defense is people don't need to sleep on their defense this year neither, right? I think they're going to be vastly improved, man.
You think so?
Who is he thinking is going to be better?
Kansas City Chiefs?
Kansas City.
I think I
didn't know you were saying Kansas City. Okay.
No, I said, Tua Tagovailoa of the quarterback from Miami. I think he under some pressure this year. You know what I'm saying? He's in the new West Coast system under McDaniel, protege under Shanahan. So I think he's under some pressure. He has, like I said, he has Tyreek Hill. He has Waddle on the other side. He has, has a nice defense. It's either this year or you know what? Oh, they're gonna be looking in the draft. Well, actually, they ain't gonna be looking in the draft because I think they got one of their picks taken back this year for a violation. So, but they're gonna be looking to obtain another quarterback if Tua doesn't get it done this year. Second is Carson Wentz, man. If he doesn't get it done this year, he may end up being a backup quarterback for the rest of his career. Okay, I mean, he couldn't, like I said, he didn't get it done the last 2 years with Philadelphia. I mean, Indianapolis just went sour on him after the first year. Owner just went all in, and the Redskins and the Washington Commanders, we just pretty much bid it against ourselves just to obtain him. So if he doesn't get, like I said, if he doesn't get it done this year, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, he can be done, and like I said, Rivera can be done in terms of coaching it. Third,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
My bad. Because Mo still got under my skin with the
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is one of my favorite players, but he got to prove it to me, bro.
You know how you broke down Patrick Mahomes' resume? Why didn't you do that for Lamar?
Because he ain't got no Super Bowls, Kobe.
So what? But you're an MVP, 3-time Pro Bowler out of 4 years, and only lost 12 games in his entire career as a starter.
So show me the game, or show me the season when Patrick Mahomes only threw 16 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Where that season at for Patrick Mahomes? Or show me a season where he threw 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. You take away that MVP season and you compare them to Dak. You don't want me to pull up the stats now. It's not even close.
You
and
forgot
because you and if we start pulling up the metrics, right? So like I'm gonna get a little deep on the analysis. So if you start as Lamar Jackson progresses 20 yards down the field, his accuracy is amongst the bottom third in the league. That is a fact.
Okay, now let's compare weapons. Who Mahomes throwing the ball to, and who Lamar Jackson throwing the ball to?
So okay, let's compare those weapons. Is it the quarterback that made Tyreek Hill, or was it Tyreek Hill that made Tyreek Hill? You understand what? If you can't get the ball to Hollywood, because he looked real good in Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? The speed ain't left him. I've seen plenty of Baltimore.
Play no defense in that conference in college.
It don't, Kobe. I seen plenty of games. Lamar Jackson couldn't get my man the ball downfield. He couldn't get it to him. Either he overthrowing it, underthrowing it, couldn't get him the ball.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. I think for real, I agree with both of you. I think you both got good points. Look here. Lamar has been criticized. Even a defensive coordinator anonymously was basically just saying that, hey, he didn't want his name to be called, but he basically said that, hey, you know what? Yeah, he's an okay quarterback, but like I said, crunch time, you know what? We were forcing to just keep him in the pocket and force him to throw and dare him to beat us or what have you. Unfortunately, he wouldn't put his name behind it, but that's exactly what he said. And I don't know if that's filtered through the whole entire NFL in terms of other coordinators, defensive coordinators that think that way. But then again, let's look at the other side, Mo. Okay, he's been the same. Who's your offensive coordinator? Kobe, is it Greg Knapp? Who is that? Who's your coordinator?
Lamar Jackson.
Okay, right. Okay, here's the problem that I have with the philosophy, man. Okay, look here, you've done it the first 2 years. At some point, you want to change the game up and have some growth and have him develop as an overall quarterback. You can't keep running the same shit dog pony trick every damn year, man. You got to switch and throw some nuances into it and stuff like that and switch some things up. That's the problem that I have with the whole entire Baltimore's philosophy with him. Right. He does every damn thing, run the ball, throw the ball, every daggone thing. But you're absolutely right. He hasn't really purely developed in terms of a pocket quarterback. And you, like I said, defense is starting to notice that at the end of the day. It's like, you know what? As long as we keep him in the pocket, you know what? Hey, we'll dare you to beat it. And like I said, he's throwing to us just tight end. He doesn't have any wide receiver threat.
But listen, and I get what y'all saying isn't wrong. But if you're a quarterback and you throwing it to Mills, Fredo, Mo, and Kobe, you're not going to look as good as somebody who's throwing it to
first
damn.
Let me say that right now.
I'm talking about right now.
I just don't want to get hit in the head with the ball.
My problem, Kobe, is like my thing is right. You saw how Devontae Adams was like the Baltimore Ravens organization. The reason why I like them, right, is they've been a top-notch organization, right? And they're willing to bring in free agents, right? Right or wrong?
Right.
I don't hear the wide receivers beating down the door to go play with Lamar Jackson. If the Ravens are an organization that's willing to bring in free agents and pay top dollar for these free agents, they've done it over the years many times. Where is the wide receiver saying, man, I got to need some ball? Like Devontae Adams said, man, I got to go get with Derek Carr. I understand I was his college boy, but if he sucked, he wouldn't went out there to Las Vegas. That's my only point. Like there's no, like Juju Smith was like, I want to play with Patrick Mahomes. I want to play with that, right? There's wide receivers that take pay cuts to play with Tom Brady.
Hold on. You just brought up Juju. You just brought him up, right?
Hey,
hold on. He originally signed with Baltimore last year and went back to Pittsburgh on a 1-year deal.
That tell you something, right, Fred? That tells you he probably caught one ball. He was like, man, this motherfucker throwing this ball hard. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, hey, Kobe, I want to see Lamar get that bag too. I think he might have missed the mark. He might have overplayed his hand. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he come out again like year 2 and throw 36-9 and go get 1,000 yards rushing and win a bunch of games in the playoffs. However, he got to show me that development. I saw this with Michael Vick 1.0. There comes a point in time, Fred, where there's an offensive system and then there's player development within that system. You got to show these guys I'm capable of handling more than what I got on my plate. And I'm saying as a fan, like I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I watched him like almost every game in Louisville because I was deployed at the time and that shit was on all the time. But he hasn't really progressed yet. What he does is he does what every athletic person, not just black or white, just athletic person, they rely on them wheels. When it gets sticky, you see Patrick Mahomes, right? He rolls out and he's looking to throw the ball. Dak does it. Russ does it. A-Rod, a young A-Rod did it, right? Lamar has to get to that next level where he don't look to put his head down and tuck it. He look to continue to let the play progress. And that's when wide receivers want to come play for Baltimore. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't want to block. You don't want to block 80% of the goddamn game, Kobe. They ain't trying to block 80% of the game.
Hey, let me give you my last quarterback before we get to the next subject line. Next subject matter. I got Jalen Hurts of Philadelphia.
Oh,
okay. I mean, look here, man. He's been given the keys to the Rolls Royce, Mercedes, you know what I'm saying, Bentley, and everything else that you can ever have or what have you. All the bells and whistles. The only thing he needs to do is just put gas in it. That's all you need to do, bro. That's all you need to do. And if he does not get it done this year, like I said, Philadelphia will go ahead and make a couple of moves because, like,
do y'all think he can get it done?
I do.
Yes, he does. He's under. No, he is under a lot of pressure. He had, like I said, I'm rooting for the kid, but he is under a lot of pressure. They just traded for AJ Brown. They got a hell of a stacked defense. You know
and they talk about Philly being the top of NFC East right now.
So in the top running of the NFC.
I think they're gonna win a division.
Okay, yeah.
I hope they do. If they don't, a lot of people getting fired.
Exactly. Hey, look at it, guys. So we're gonna make this real quick, guys. Hey, give me your top 4 college football playoff predictions for 2022-2023 season. I'm gonna jump in and give you mine right quick, and you already know it's the usual suspects. You already know. Roll goddamn Tide, Alabama. You already know. Look at it. It's an annual event for us. So we there each and every Sunday. Don't even worry about that. All right.
Oh, that's your mom, huh?
All day, every day, man. Since 1986. You already know, man. That's right. Bobby Humphries was my favorite running back at that time. Okay. That's Marlon Humphries. That's Marlon Humphries' dad, if you know that. Cornerback from Baltimore Ravens. Okay, so I got Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson. Okay, who do you got, guys?
Man, so mine's is more or less storylines, right? I'm ready to see Alabama, Nick Saban face off against Jimbo Fisher. I'm looking forward to that, right?
October 8th. You hear that, Ezra?
I'm looking forward to tracking the progress of Jackson State and seeing, Coach Prime's progression, right? I'm looking to see if some of the legacy programs can have a bounce back year. University of Miami, Notre Dame, Florida State. What are y'all gonna do? And then Clemson. This is a pivot year for Clemson. Are you gonna be another Alabama and rebound, or are you just gonna fall back to the pack? So what's gonna happen with Clemson?
We'll see.
All right, I'll jump in. Usual suspects. I got Ohio State. I got Alabama. I got Georgia. But here's where I go a little left. And this is where we've talked about the transfer portal a lot on this show. And here's where it came in handy. I'm going to throw USC in the mix. What coach pulls 20 guys in 9 months? Talking about is it Lincoln? What's the coach name from
Lincoln Riley?
Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma.
He's got the quarterback. I wrote their names down. Caleb Williams that followed them
from DC.
They're both right. And then the wide receiver Jordan Addison. They both from the area, right? So I'm gonna give them a shot. I mean, why not? This is where the transfer portal kind of made sense. You got Jordan, who was an All-American at Pittsburgh. right? So he's got the weapons. I mean, if ever you can do a Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, I'm gonna make my team look great. And I know, it usually takes a couple years to develop a program, but I'm just gonna throw that in the mix. It may not come to fruition, but this is a little experiment, and we'll see what happens. Now, my outlier is Notre Dame, and it's because first of all, the coach is cute. Whatever. But it's his time too. He's been an outlier. He's right there. But I'm gonna throw USC in the mix, and we'll see. Maybe my prediction, like Boston going to the finals, will come to fruition. We'll see.
Okay, all right. That's a good one too, Mills.
Thanks.
That's a great
one. Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia. And the last team, this is the only team I'm a diehard fan of, so I'm a little biased, but it's still realistic. It's Notre Dame.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Is it because the coach is cute?
I love Notre Dame too. Ain't nothing
Hell
wrong
no. Hell no.
Saying Freeman kind of cute.
But listen, I can't wait till opening week. Notre Dame plays Ohio State.
Yes.
And shout out to my big bro Sean Springs, who actually is about to have his jersey retired and going to the Ohio State Hall of Fame. So I hope Notre Dame win. I can't wait to talk shit to them. This is going to be epic. But that game is going to show me, win or lose, that's going to show me what Notre Dame is going to do for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, Kobe. This is a big year for college football. I mean, it's a lot of things on the table because Mills just pointed out something great. Kobe pointed out something, and I don't even think he really touched on it, right? So Mills' point was the transfer portal. If this works, it's a copycat league, right? Everybody gonna do that shit. They're gonna be playing NCAA football, like real life, right? And then for Kobe, just putting something on y'all mind, right? It's a copycat world. If an African-American coach does well in Catholic City, USA, then there will be more programs that will emulate that going forward. Just understand that. So this is big. I'm rooting for him as well.
Yeah, because you know what happened to Tyrone. You know what happened to Tyrone Willingham at Notre Dame. So it didn't work out. It didn't work out as expected, right?
No,
he wasn't as cute as Freeman.
Look, I'm not the judge of that. I'm going to.
I'll take your word for it, Mills.
You decide that, Mills.
And shout out to Freeman because he's an alumni of Ohio State. So that's a little added little incentive there.
I can't wait, Kobe.
And your folks, Tony Hunt said he ran over Freeman too. You know what I'm saying?
When he played
at Penn State, Ohio State.
I saw the clip. Man.
Tony was a beast.
Yeah, Tony Hunt was a beast. So he probably there's a lot of people on that list.
That's right.
Hey, this is going to be an exciting college football season.
Absolutely.
That is true. I can't wait. I am so looking forward to it. Let me ask you guys this right here. Thoughts on the independent study clause that was instituted in Kyler Murray's contract, which was eventually removed. I just want your quick thoughts right quick. We got about a good 10 minutes.
Why was it there in the first place? That's my thought.
What's the theme of the night for me? Racist?
I love it. What you got, Kobe?
I think it gives us a snapshot of what Kyler Murray wasn't doing. I mean,
that's my point, Kobe.
He was.
You think he laid it out? He
wasn't fizzling out at the end of the season for no reason. He wasn't studying that film. But guess what the defensive coordinators was doing that was going against him? They studying films about him.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Absolutely, Kobe.
Right. I like that.
I like that.
I still said what I said, but I like what
No. It definitely has some racial undertones to it. That the language was put in there. That should be more of a conversation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because if he wasn't studying that bad, you shouldn't be giving him the bag there. You know what I'm saying?
But look, I negotiate contracts for my job, right? So a lot of times to support the company, what they need, you put language in the contract that you want to see happen throughout the life of that contract that you need in there. So that's what they wanted to do as an organization. Make sure that language is in there to hold him accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Kobe. Here's the problem that I had with Arizona. It's not what you instituted in the contract, it's what you took away.
Yeah.
Stand on what you stand on what you needed to stand on what you were supposed to stand on in the beginning. I didn't understand why. It seemed like it when it went all over the place via the media or what have you, felt like they got a lot of heat on him and then they took it away. I'm like, no, if that's what you firmly believe he needed to do, then you should have let it stay as is. And in terms of Kyler Murray,
I agree.
And you guys are absolutely right. It makes me look at Kyler Murray a different way. You signed a goddamn contract at the end of the day. And the fact of the matter is this, man. I've been watching his behavior over the past 2 years, man. Unfollowing, like not getting his way, unfollowing the Cardinals and stuff like that. Throwing a pissy fit on the field or in the locker room or what have you. When like I said, when he had that terrible game against the LA Rams, man. When he didn't take any type of accountability whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And so this right here, this tells us everything that we needed to know or that we already knew about you. The tube was already out the toothpaste. So it is what it is at the end of the day.
It's hard to win with
the toothpaste is out of the tube. I'm sorry.
So it's hard to win with a player like that at the quarterback position. Like we can debate Lamar, Dak, whatever, but no one's ever questioned their character. You understand what I'm saying? When people start questioning your character and your work ethic, and you're supposed to be the leader of the team, it's hard to overcome that. So me personally, being an armchair GM, I would have traded him. There was a lot of quarterbacks on the market this year. Could you imagine putting Russell Wilson in that organization with the weapon and the defense that he had? So, but that's just me personally. I don't like anybody that's supposed to be a leader of an organization and they fail to lead.
I think both of them. I think at the end of the day, both of them look bad because, like you said, Fred, the organization should have stood firm and kept that language in there. If that's how they feel, they wanted that language in the contract. Stand firm to it. They try to do damage control when it got out to the masses. And then Kyler Murray and his agent looked bad because they saw that language and they agreed to it and they signed the contract.
Yeah.
They didn't know he would be getting mud thrown in his face once it got out to the public. So now everybody trying to scramble and do damage control, and they both sides look bad.
And you know what happened, Kobe, right? He saw that 240. He was like, shit, I'm good.
Right. Right. Hey, look here, guys. We had to bring this back, man. I did a little research the other day, man, and we decided to bring back the Shit Show Award. Okay, I know we had it to begin the courtesy of my man Ron Russ. Man, shout out to Ron Russ. We had to bring it back, and this week's Shit Show nominee or award winner is the flamboyant Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Man. You already know what's going on with him, man. This is the Bishop in New York. That was I guess he was streaming
He was streaming on the same service for that guy. that illegal ass Wi-Fi. He done got caught up.
Saying praise him.
Hey, Lamar Watson. He done cut your water off.
$1 million of jewelry on, like $1 million of jewelry, like. I mean, bruh, you need to stop.
Like, I'm not familiar with that stuff.
Turn that money back around to your congregation. Like,
so what happened? So he was taking the congregation money and buying jewelry.
That's what they're alleging, that he was, and then was wearing all of the products, all of the labels, all of the everything.
Cash money everywhere I go, bling bling.
Bling.
Yeah. But
he was a walking, rob me, like.
Yeah.
I mean, Sister Mary, you know what I'm saying, Sister Constance, you know what I'm saying, Sister Thompson out here just giving their money away, their hard-earned money
struggling,
away.
And you got the Gucci with the labels on it.
For the
logo.
Exactly. You paying for somebody, Bentley, you know what I'm saying, and luxury items and stuff like that. And see, it's people like that right there, man, pisses me the hell off, man. But that's another subject for another damn day. Go ahead.
Check this out, Fred. There's two sides to every coin. If the collection plate go around more than 3 times, right, you need to start questioning, right? if you paying your tithes and offering, you eligible to look at these books
offering
too.
is the last
You know
one.
what I'm saying?
Hey, no, man. Hey, Bill, hold on. The building fund.
The building fund, the love offering.
And the ATM machines in the building.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in the door, to the right, to the left.
Hey, if you got Pastor Appreciation Month every month, you know what I'm saying? Something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, look here, man. It is churches with ATMs, man. You right.
How sad.
They really got ATM machine. No, and they accept debit cards. They doing. Hey, Mo.
Debit cards?
I don't want to ever see that.
They got look here. Envelope. All you got to do is put your credit or debit card information on there, and they'll charge it to the game, champ.
Bro, they not finna get that. Now, me and God gonna have a conversation. I ain't got no cash. He know my heart.
They walk around with them handhelds like stick your card in it.
Just tap it. You only have to stick it and tap it.
Hey, Slim, man. First
hey, I'm gonna keep it real, Fred. Hey, some of the biggest scammers go to church. They just, change their life around. I don't know when the devil gonna get on their shoulder. So you ain't finna get my information, bro. If it ain't cash,
you ain't never lie, man. This I think this is another subject for another day in terms of that. But yes, man. Bishop Whitehead, yes, he is the Shit Show Award nominee of the week. The week. Absolutely. All right, go ahead, get us out of here, Mills.
Thanks for joining us for another week of a fun show at the No Cap Sports Show. We'll be here next week, same time. Check us out. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the No Cap Sports Show on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, Instagram. We worldwide. Have a good night, y'all.